I am Ty Boogie.
I don't know if y'all can hear me, but what's up, y'all? How you doing? It's your boy Ty Boogie, and it's the first time I'm vlogging in a long time. What a way to start the New Year's off. I got a phone call from a longtime friend. Some of y'all might know him. A lot of y'all will love him. Let me go in here and show y'all. Rebote!
What's up, man?
What's up, baby? How you doing?
Baby?
What's up?
Nice to see you.
Hell yeah. Yo, I haven't seen this guy in a long time. But I've known this guy for almost 10 years?
Yeah.
Known this guy for 10 years. This guy's had so many cars, man. I wish y'all was here to witness what this guy had, man. Like, for real.
Well, at least I got Austin. This could be my potential call right here. Hello.
This is Healthcare Specialist
come
Company.
on.
You called me over for a reason, my brother. Why'd you call me over, man?
To show you my new creation over here. It's a 91 NSX with a K24 built by me. So built here in my house, my garage, and I'm happy to show you guys.
What made you want to buy this car?
So this is how the story goes, right? I had an LP 560. It was my second Lambo. I just didn't want to deal with it no more. I hit up my friend, Brooklyn Auto Sale in Brooklyn, and I went over there. I put my car in the trailer. I took the drive over there to look at the Supra. I was gonna buy a Supra from him because he's well known for Supra. This guy had a bunch of Supras. And for some reason, like, I felt like I was going back to my roots. My intention wasn't to do any swap with the car, but I love the way the car sits. It's nice on the ground. It was a dream because it was a car that I never had. When we did the deal with the car, that I put the car in the trailer, this is what he said to me. He said, do not drive the car because it's gonna feel like you're driving a Camry because you're coming from the Lambo to this, you know, horsepower wise and things like that. So I said, cool, I don't care. I'm just take it home. I want to have it and that's it. A couple weeks later, I put plates on the car. And that's when reality hits me. And I was like, what did I get myself into? And I said, man, I got to do something with this because this is not going to do it.
So you took it on you took it on the highway? And
yeah, I took it for a ride, you know, down the Parkway around here in Jersey. Everybody was like, come on, like trying to race me.
Right.
I'm like, dude, this is like on the court, literally. Yeah. It was so slow. But the drivability, how it drives, how it handles, the view when you sit in the car and you're driving, it's like you could see everything. So that's one of the things that make me basically love the car a little bit more, even though the car was slow, but made me want to do something about it, being slow. Right. And then another thing is that people do with this car is they spend all this crazy money on supercharging.
Supercharging the stock motor.
And the stock motor. Right. So my personal preference, I'm not going to spend $15,000 to put a supercharge to gain 100 horsepower. Right. It's brainless. I mean, people do it because that's fine. It's something you could bolt it on the car and you fine with it and you whatever. But to me, I wasn't doing that. I wasn't going to take that route. So far, like I mentioned before, I driven the car a few times. The car drives amazing. I can't wait to tune the car. I did it on my own. I didn't depend on anybody, or I didn't ask questions. People do have this swap. There's a couple guys that have some I think it's in California. They talk to you. They friends with you. They don't want that information to be out there, and hopefully I can help you NSX owners if that's something that they want to do. It's the power of twin discs, baby.
Let's walk around the car, show us, what you did to the car, and
So it's a simple setup. It's a 2.4 K24, nothing crazy on it. A head package, cams, valves, valve retainer. It's a stock bottom end. I have a Type S pump, chain guide, things like that to make the 2.4 liter motor, to rev up, higher, like the regular.
The oil pump.
Yeah, the oil pump and things like that. But nothing crazy. I'm not like I tell people before. I'm not trying to. This is not a race car. This is more like an everyday use car. I want to be able to take the car and enjoy it.
Right.
I don't want it turned into I don't want to have big tires. I don't want none of that. You know what I mean? Because I want to enjoy the car. Innovators makes the motor mount kit for the NSX, and there's plenty of companies that make axles for it. So for me, I went with Insane Shaft. They will be able to make me 1,000 horsepower axles. And turbo setup wise, I have a 62, 67 ball bearing precision turbo. It's a custom manifold. I have a 60 millimeter turbo smart wastegate. The intercooler setup is a water air setup with a dash door fitting with a triple core heat exchanger in the front, and I have a 3.5 tank for coolant circulation. The fab here, it was done here by me. All the intercooler pipes, brackets, you know, like things like that, and exhaust. You know, down tube, everything was done here. The wiring harness too, it was something that I did on my own. That was a little bit challenging for me because I didn't want to cut out the harness. So what I ended up doing was I ended up going to the junkyard with a picture on my phone and try to match every connector that goes into my harness. So it was very challenging because I used to go and take out, let's say, 20 plugs, and probably 2 of them will fit. Right. Because I'm not gonna literally take my harness and go to the junkyard and plug one and one. The other thing that it was like super challenging for me was the shifting. It's a combination, okay? Right now I'm running a Honda Accord shift box. It's a plastic shift box, and I sort of like modified to fit the center console with all the trims and stuff that goes, you know, in the car. And the cables, I bought a 3000 GT cables, and I bought K-tune cables. So I merged those 2 cables, and I was be able to create what I have here.
And it works.
It worked 100% perfect. The length, everything is perfect.
I know you didn't just buy one set and it worked immediately. Tell me how many sets of cables you had to go through to get the right match.
So I went to a store here called JDN Depot, and I bought a MR2 shift box, and I bought a MR2 shifter cables. Right. That was probably one of the worst mistakes I ever made.
Didn't work
at all. Then I ended up buying a K-tune shifter box, one of those small ones. Nothing. There was so many modifications that I had to do with it. So I had to basically put it on the side and find something else. So the only thing that works was that. And I literally, guys, I got cables at home from MR2, from Civic, you know, K-tune cables. I got a 3000 GT. There's another one, 300CX cable too, that I went and go ahead and order them online. And nothing fits. So this is like, when you guys doing this, you guys gotta be patient. Yeah. Because, you know, this is not something that you could just, this is not something off the shelf.
Yeah. Thanks to you, you just saved whoever wants to do the swap
a lot of
time with the shifter box.
Yeah. And like I mentioned before, like I wanna help you guys, and I wanna make sure that if you guys wanna do this, don't get afraid. This is just a car like anybody else.
So when you decided to do the swap, you wasn't scared at all?
I wasn't scared at all. The only thing I was afraid of, believe it or not, was trying to put this motor in the back, right, and be able to keep my 6-speed trans, you know, be able to shift it, because there's a lot of guys, there's a couple guys that have this swap, but they go with the sequential. So sequential, you know, it's an easy thing. It's you know, bang, 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 and that's it. But keeping the original trans, and you'll be able to shift your gears one by one. That was something, you know, for me at least, that I didn't know anything, was a little challenging. If I get a company, let's say innovators, that builds the mount, then you can build anything else.
That's it.
Believe me when I say this.
Really?
Believe me. Anything else can get made. It's a matter of fabrication. You know, it's a matter of, you have these actual companies that they make dry shaft, you know, that they make endless parts. So, you know what I mean? So I know, like, going back to my previous builds, you know, with the Supras and the Evos and stuff like that, I knew if a company makes a motor mount, somebody else got to make the other thing.
Right.
It's a lot of gas.
But bro, the car sounds super healthy.
Man, he's running rich because not too.
Hey man, I appreciate you showing me and the people.
Sure, man.
this whole thing.
Sure.
And believe me, guys, we're not done yet. This is like just like a little introduction, you know, on my channel about Rebote and his builds. But I guess when he's gonna tune, he's gonna let me know. I'm gonna come through and tune. I'm gonna come through. And I'm gonna film the process of your solo tuning the car, and maybe he'll take us for a little test drive. But,
Oh yeah, I will.
What's up?
I will.
Hell yeah.
I will.
So until then, peace out.
I am Ty Boogie.